Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's June 19th, 2024, and yeah, today is graduation day for my son, Ari Lennox, so super proud of him. We've got a bunch of stuff to get done, but I wanted to get out a video showing you the last of what I got at the stamp fair auction. If you haven't been following along and this is the first time you're finding the channel, make sure you watch this video, like, subscribe, leave positive comments, share with other people, and put the notification bell on. But then go back and watch all the ones you missed. This is a continuation of what was in this box. So I bought, well, my plan was, and I succeeded with the plan, was to put minimum bids on things only at the auction and see what I could get away with without going up any higher. And so I won several things, I think 7 lots in total. The last thing that I've been showing you is this big box. I paid $20. That was the minimum bid on it. I'm not sure why it was so expensive. At the time, I was not so sure why it was expensive, but I decided to take a chance on it. It was filled with envelopes and glassine envelopes. Yesterday, I showed you what was in all the glassine envelopes. It was quite a collection of early US postage stamps. Now, after showing you that video, I went through and kind of organized what was left. I was very curious to see what was left after all that. And it turns out that all these envelopes have numbers on them. And the numbers start at 1338. So that is a Scott catalog number from 1966, and the numbers go all the way up to 3700, which is about 2002. So let me show you why I have all these numbers, and I put them in order. So we're gonna go through a little bit quicker today because I do have a time crunch with the graduation. I want to get this out and to you, but let's show you this one first. Can you see all right? 1338 F and 1338 G, and there are all the stamps. So whoever had this before has taken the time to organize them all. And here is 1339 all the way to 1359, and he's got check marks, or she's got check marks by every one of those numbers, and inside every one of those stamps is corresponding to it. I won't take the time to go out through every stamp because there is, I don't know, about 3,000 stamps here if you don't include the duplicates. 1360 to 1362, there are the stamps. So some of these envelopes are just that, 1363. That's a whole envelope of Scott catalog number 1363. So if someone comes along and says, you know what, I'm collecting US stamps and I'm missing this particular one from this Scott number, I could go through all these envelopes and say, okay, 1364 through 1368 is in this envelope, and I can find the exact stamp. 1369 to 1371 is in this envelope. 72 to 73. Now, some of you are going to be saying, I want to tune in, I want to see every stamp that you've got in here. I can't do that because it'll take me forever. I am downstairs too because it is super hot out. When I mean super hot for Atlantic Canada, it's 35, feels like 43 today with the humidity. We're in a heat wave. It started yesterday. It was quite warm yesterday, but we did have a bit of a wind, so it was all right. Today it has dried right off and it is hot. We're going to have it again tomorrow. There's potential for thunder showers tonight, which might cool things off. And there's potential for thunder showers tomorrow afternoon, which might cool things off. But until then, the air conditioner is going, and I thought, why not take advantage of being downstairs? You usually only see this downstairs when I'm doing Lego videos, so I haven't done a lot of Lego videos of recent. So I thought, well, let's take advantage of the space and the cool air and go downstairs. I don't know if you really want me to show you every single envelope. You can see here, I guess you can't see here. I was going to show you how many stamps are inside the envelope. But here, 1393 and 1401, which is a coil perforated 10. He's got them all sorted. I keep saying he. I have no idea if the he or she that had this collection before, but there are all the stamps like that. So it saves me. I don't have any sorting to do with this batch. They are all in Scott catalog order. Here's 1393D, the 7-cent stamp, and there are quite a few in there. Here's that 1394, the 8-cent stamp. So these are all the Eisenhower ones. I had some of those yesterday too. There are some mauve Eisenhowers. And then we get into 1396. Some of these packets have 1 or 2 stamps in them, or 1 or 2 varieties of stamps. There's certainly more than 1 or 2 stamps in the envelope. This one here, okay, it shows 1400 to 1405, but only 1400 and 1405 are checked off. There's only a couple stamps in this one, so the ones in between are missing. But you will see these are pretty complete collections, 1407 to 1409. And some more. I mean, I know you guys can count, so going through one by one all these envelopes might seem a little redundant, but I want you to take into consideration yesterday's video mixed with what you're seeing today. Everything cost me $10 or $20 Canadian for it. I had someone respond, now I don't know how accurate it is, but he said just in the first batch that I showed yesterday, there's probably thousands of dollar catalog value in stamps. It's possible. There are people that will want individual ones. I had someone reach out and said that what would it take for me to give them one of each of the airmail stamps that I showed yesterday. You know, these kind of be nice to, if I could sell some of these, that would be wonderful. If I could get rid of them that way, the duplicates I'm talking about. And then one, recoup the money that I already put into this. And if I could get any extra to help towards the channel, that would be great too. But the other option is maybe there's something out there that is missing from my father's collection that I could get in exchange for some stamps. So that's always fun in trading. $1460 through to $1466. The other thing that I'm happy about with this, in the past, last week, Alina in Ontario sent me an album from 1982, I think it was, or 1980. The US, the stamps weren't in the album. So now I have the envelopes. I can go in here, I can find that particular year and try to fill the album up and then use it for a giveaway. Because that's one of the things that I like to do. If you guys are spending the time watching and helping and participating, I want to be able to give back by doing giveaways. I don't need to collect all these stamps, all these duplicates anyways. It's certainly nice to have one of each in the collection, but after that, I don't really need a whole lot of the other ones. It wasn't that long ago that I was saying, you know what, I think I need some early US stamps for my father's collection. Now it looks like I've bought almost a complete collection of stamps, at least from the 60s on. The stamps I showed you yesterday were earlier than that, but certainly not complete earlier than that. But there's a lot in there. Some Christmas ones. 1509, we're at the flags. 1510, there's a whole bunch of these ones here. I'm trying to keep all these envelopes in order too, so I don't mix them up. 1511, the zip code one. Some of these stamps I certainly know. Some are quite common. I would say most of these are pretty common stamps. It's just nice to have a complete collection of them. This one here shows 1530 through to 1539, but 4 or 5 of them aren't in the envelope. Now, I don't know, should I continue? I mean, this is 10 minutes of me just showing you envelopes with stamps. Look, I can't, I don't think we should go envelope by envelope there. It'll take me forever. I mean, I'm just grabbing handfuls now of envelopes. These are 1801 all the way to 1945. And I've gone through and most of these are pretty complete. There are very few that are missing. So if you're following along in your Scott catalog at home, This goes all the way to 2100. There are some that I want to show you here near the end. 21 through to 2500, all the stamps. And I mean, here you can see they've got them all listed, all check marked, and just gobs and gobs of stamps in these envelopes. So takes it all the way to $36.99. Now there are a bunch on this one that there are not check marks, so this is for the future. There are only a few stamps in there, so this one is not complete. So as it gets closer to more modern times, 2002 if we want to call that modern times, there seems to be less and less stamps in there. That being said, there were a few of these envelopes set to the side, and they are the C numbers. So C90 through C100. If you're following along in your catalogs, those are all airmail stamps. So C90 through C100, and then I've got another envelope here that's C101 all the way to C132, and this is a full envelope of airmail. C120 through C132, more airmail, there's a couple in there. And then finally he's got a C133, which is just an envelope full of that one particular airmail stamp. So if you're missing a 133, I got them for you. Yeah, so that's this box. It is relatively complete, which I like. Now I don't have to do the sorting. Some of the other people were saying, oh yeah, those glassine envelopes will take you forever to sort, even though they're mostly they were sorted, but they weren't divided by perforations or watermarks and all the other different things you can have. And I don't know if I will do that in the future. It is a lot of work. Someone has multiple people have told me that, and time is not something I have a lot of extra. So what I want to do is look at my father's collection, see what holes are missing, and then fill in the holes. And then anything up and above that is extra, and we can try to find a home with it, with someone else. Whether it means I'm selling portions and mailing it off, or trading portions and mailing it off, all great options to do. And if you've watched any of my other videos about stamps and auctions, I do have a bunch of other Canadian stamps and other things that I've collected and won in auctions, so I'm no shortage of things to trade and sell off, so that's good. Well, what do you think? Was all this and all yesterday's video worth $20 Canadian? In my opinion, it was. I've already had enough, a few people reach out to me and say, well, what do you want for this? Or what can I give you for that? So that's kind of nice to know that there are people that are watching this videos that maybe are not even my regulars and are looking at doing something. Now, as always, I'll let you know my address is in the description of these videos. So if you ever feel like there's something that you wanted to look for or you wanted and you had something to offer, you can message me on Instagram. First of all, I'm ThatDadGuy1974. You can also leave me a message in this video, and you can send whatever you want or whatever we agreed to that address, and once I've received it, I'll send off what I've agreed to in response. So that's how it'll work. All right, that's all I've got for today. I've got a bunch of stuff I got to get ready for my son's graduation today. I'm very excited for him. Certainly mixed emotions as he's the youngest. So he's my last one to go through the lower school system, and he's done us proud. He got great marks, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun watching him walk across the stage and get his diploma. All right, you guys, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?